Hi guys, welcome to Di's Crafty Corner. This morning I thought I would have my cup of coffee and go over a little something. First of all, Gigi, these are your markers, and as you requested, I'm going to go ahead and finish up labeling the tops with the colors for you. But I wanted to also let you know I had already sealed the bag. So that when you receive this bag, I'm going to be retaping it down. So it's going to look like it's been opened. Not to worry, your label's already on the front of it, or I would just switch everything out. But not to worry, it was opened by me. So don't worry about that. It is coming priority mail. It is going out today at 2 o'clock. That's the scheduled pickup time. And I will send you the, the tracking number as well. So I just wanted to show you that I did open it to get it out. So when it looks opened, I did it. All right. So I'm gonna move that out of the way. So yesterday, guys, I did a destash on these Zig Clean Color Real Brush Markers, and A Gape for Gigi, also known as Gigi, has a YouTube channel. You guys should go check her out. She shows a lot of card kits and hauls and stuff, and I actually enjoyed watching some of her videos today, so you should go check her out. I purchased these markers on May 2nd, March 2nd, and I sold them on May 2nd. So, why? You're asking me why? To tell you the truth, it's because I used them the one time on that card. I showed you guys the card. It was a heart card that I made for someone and borrowed back to show it. And then I've never picked them up again. So the day I got them, I swatched them. I put the little dots on them like other people were doing. I never even finished swatching them. And I used it on one card. It was the most vivid. You'll have to go back and look, but it was the most vivid hearts coloring that I've gotten from any type of process at all, but I just don't like the process of them. I don't like to have to color it down and then get a wet marker. I don't like the ink on ink. I don't like how specific the paper is you've got to use. I really like to use my Nina Solar or my Spectrum Noir smooth paper. Those are my papers of choices. I do have the Tim Holtz watercolor paper, which is the watercolor paper I use, but I don't often use my watercolor paper on all my cards, and this really only works on watercolor paper. So that's the biggest reason why I never ever reach for it to color with. So it's sat there for 2 months, and that's my new rule. If something is sitting in my closet, except for Lawn Fawn, we all know I have an issue. I'm sorry. But if it sits in here for more than 2 months and I've not picked it up, it's got to go. So last night, this was it. So it got sold, and it got sold fast, and I knew it would. I sold it for a fraction of what I paid for it. And so today I've been asked by Gigi to go ahead and finish these up for her, and I'm going to do that. And then I was also asked by Happily Ever After if I could show how I did this. So there are other videos out there on this as well. I've watched a few of them before I did it, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a little chit chat, a little coffee talk, and I'm going to do a few of these for you, and then I'll finish them up and get them repackaged up for Gigi. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, I have to tell you that I did find the colors of these markers to be brilliant. There was nothing wrong with the quality or the colors. It's just how many steps it takes. If I'm going to if I'm going to paint something, I just want it to be quick. Like this was done with my Gamsey whatever watercolors, I haven't finished the bottom of it yet, but I'm going to. It's just a real quick wash of color. It turns out watercolor looking. I don't like to have to lay the color down or pick the color back up again, and I just want a one-step process. Or like this one with distress inks. So that's just my preference. So I either want a watercolor or I want to use my distress inks. And if I use my distress markers, it's because I want to wash a color, just a very light color, when I'm doing something soft. And that's the only reason I use my distress markers, but I do love my distress markers. So this I thought it would be fantastic is because I'm not a good watercolorist. I thought this would help me control, but actually I do much better with a paintbrush and paint. So there you go. All right, with that said, let's get on with it. I don't want this video to be 100 years old, and I think we're already up to 6. All right, so what I did to do these is very easy. I just took a marker. I put this here so I can kind of see. I want to make sure you guys have lots of light here. You'll have to hold on while I have my morning coffee. So I used a block because what I wanted to do with each of the markers is I wanted to be able to see what it looked like if I was applying it with water and what it looked like straight. So I have 2 different sections on the top, and that was the look I wanted for the markers. So this one is dark brown, and I just took it, I scribbled it on the acrylic block just a little bit, closed it back up nice and tight, got my brush, wet, just took a little bit of water off and then made it wet, just like that. That's all I did. And I took that watered down color and I made a circle on the bottom. Just like that. Getting a text message. Then I took my brush, cleaned it off, and went on to the next one. And what I did is I just did 2 or 3 of these at a time and then went back and added my color, but I kept them in order. This one is light violet. Again, wet my brush, brushed it off a little bit, picked up the color, and I went right next to it. Just in little circles, and I'll show you why in a minute. So that gives me the muted color. I'm trying to be careful. I'm sitting here in my skibbies, guys. I mean, not even full jammies, like really for real skibbies. So I'm trying not to bend over too far and give you guys a peep show here. This one is called Green Gray. Again, just going to wet it, pick it up, and we're going to go right there next to it. Ooh, that's a nice elephant gray. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that one. Okay, we'll do one more. And this one is light brown. I don't want to mix up the colors here. I don't want any. Oh, that's pretty already. I also don't want to put too much ink down. I don't want to waste her ink, her paint, whatever this is. That's pretty, isn't it? We'll have to see what it is dark. That would make a great sun or something, wouldn't it? That's light brown. Wow. All right. So we're going to do those 4 to start with, and then we'll continue on. All right. So then what I did is I just went through. I want to just peek into the camera and make sure you guys can see me. I think it's too dark with that sitting there, isn't it? Well, I hope you guys can see okay. Okay. So then I went in and I took the same color as the swatches, and I just colored half of it. It doesn't really matter which half or how particular, because you're going to be cutting it out. And I just went over it with a solid color, keeping them in order on the side here. And you could just do these one at a time if you didn't want to get confused. And I wasn't real particular about it, to be honest. I just went in halfsies, about halfsies. I'm very curious about this one now. No, it is dark brown full force, huh? Light brown. Pretty. Just like that. And then I'd give it a little bit of time to dry. Now this one, for whatever reason, and I'm pretty sure this doesn't have any shimmer in it, but for whatever reason, this dark brown, I might have had a little bit of diamond dust or something on here, because it has a little shimmer in it. So I may do that one. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that. Yeah, I see just a smidgen of diamond dust on here. We're going to do that brown one more time. because I want it to look true. And I know that there's not shimmer in here. Who knows? I might have had the diamond dust on my brush for all I know. You know? You never know with me. Let's do this one again. We're going to do the brown again. We'll go right here and do the brown again. Okay. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. I must have had diamond dust on my brush, but if you can see in this one has glitter all the way around it. It's the only one. So when I went and applied this down here, I must have either had diamond dust on the card or diamond dust on that brush. So I'm going to redo it right there because I want her to have an accurate look of what it's going to look like, not be all glittery. Although it's quite pretty glittery, I just have to say. All right, and then there's that brown. All right. Just let it air dry for a minute. And then I just took my little, I'm going to go in the same order. I just took this my little punch. I didn't bring out the crocodile for it. I just wanted this to be simple, and I wanted to see where it was going because you want to get a good mix of both the colors. Pop it out. Go ahead and do all of them while I'm here. There's our light brown. There's our gray. And here's our purple. Okay. And then from there, I just took my glossy accents. And I took the top of the marker. I just put a little dab of glossy accents on there. Just like that. And the color that coordinates with it. And because it's watercolor and it just kind of flips up a little bit, I just flatten it out. Stick it on there. Try to make sure it's in the middle. And hold it down for a second. And that's what it looks like. Now you have a nice way of seeing how dark it is straight and how it's going to look with water. And then I would just hold it for a second. So there's the brown. Next is the purple. And the glossy accents I use because I know it will hold for a super long time. And if you get it, if you wanted to, you could even put a spot of glossy accents over the top of it to protect the top so it never gets wet or faded or whatever. I didn't get that far, but you could always do that. And there's the purple. And then we're going to do this light brown. This light brown would be a great canyon color, wouldn't it? Doing something with the Grand Canyon or mountains or something. It's a great color. Desert. Super pretty color. I'm digging that one. And see, I had never even looked at that one before today. That's what I'm saying. If I don't take it out and use it, I've got to let it go because I do not want, I don't want to keep storing this stuff, guys. I'm kind of particular in what I use, so I like to try new things, but if I'm not using it, it's going to go. And if it's just one thing, I'm just going to real quick shoot it off onto YouTube like I did yesterday, and it'll be the end of it. Now that I don't have a massive stash anymore, it should be quick. I know you guys are not liking the destash page, and I'm sorry for that. And there, and that's how quick it is. So I've just done 4 of them. That's what they're going to look like. And then I would just add them right back into the packaging. You can't, I would, when you get these, Gigi, go ahead and put them in their natural order, you know, like rainbow colors or whatever. Because I've taken them out of their order to do this, as you can see. But there's actually a little spot for each one of them to sit into. And that's what they're going to look like. So I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off now. And I will show you what it looks like when it's all done. I'll come back and insert a picture. And then these will be in the mail to you today, Gigi. Actually, They go out at 2. So if you guys have any other questions, just let me know, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.